and welcome to 40-Year-Old Lady at the Gym. Well, today I was thinking, and as I was thinking, I sent one of my podcasts to one of my friends, and it's fine, it's whatever. If you're a friend of mine in real life, you know that I really don't text, and if I'm texting you, I'm so tired, and I'm about 5% in this conversation. And if I text you a podcast, that means I really did have something to say, and probably more than you wanted to hear. But I've been thinking a lot in this atmosphere. But there's only one part that I wanted to tell you. And I knew it when I said it, that it was corporate. The rest of it, not corporate, but this felt corporate. But this atmosphere has been a lot. And I have clergy confidentiality. So when you guys come into my local office or when you come into my virtual office, what you tell me, I can't tell people. Sometimes y'all tell me some good stuff too, but good stories, and I just wait on my updates, But I was thinking today about this whole month. I feel like people have been in my office in complete tears, or people have been in my office with every worry in the world. It feels like the deepest pit that they've ever been in, and it's just like over and over and over and over, which is okay. And that's the way it should be, that you should be able to process those things out and sit in wise counsel, and that's what pastors are for. That's what clergy people are for, and that's what we do. But one thing that I can pick up and that I can tell you is that in my office, when it's everybody, that's an atmosphere thing. It's not a you thing. It's not a me thing. It's an atmosphere thing. It's a kingdom thing. And the thing about the devil is that he's very strategic, but he works smarter, not harder. And if he can hit everybody with the same attack, don't that make more sense to you? It does. And that's what you've been feeling. This depression, this anxiety, even though it feels like it's here to stay, it's not. And you know what it made me think about? So I have 5 kids, and my second to oldest child was my biggest baby. And when I had him, I was starting out when I was pregnant at 100 pounds. And I didn't really gain much but baby weight with him, or really any of them. But I remember delivering him, and he was about 9 pounds. And in every birth that I've ever had, even if I'm in distress, I'm sorry, it's not y'all's fault. That's okay. You need to put an IV and oxygen mask on me. You need to call 10 more doctors in here. That's okay. Because I'm a nice person, and I just always just want to be nice to people. And even in my own distress, I'm usually very nice. But when I was having him, child, I was waiting on an epidural, and this woman is telling me she's going to go get my epidural. 2 hours later, she comes back and she says, well, it's time to push. And I remember saying, whose fault is that? And she laughed at me. But I remember thinking I was the meanest, ugliest, most hateful person after I had the baby. And I remember thinking, man, I hope she comes back so I can apologize for being a giant turd. I wasn't a giant turd. I was in labor. But here's what I've learned as somebody that has birthed many people, is that when we birth in the spirit, it's the same thing. And when you birth something small, it still hurts and it's still difficult, but it's not as difficult as when you birth something really big. And when you're birthing something really big, you're gonna go through every emotion. And when you're in labor, your hormones are already at all-time high. You're sad, you're frustrated, you don't know if you can do this, you're suddenly terrified that you'll be a horrible mother, or that you're gonna turn into your mother, or whatever your fear is, but your hormones are so heightened. And after the baby, so heightened, you're in a sense of every hormone at its highest high. And you're feeling every feeling. And when you birth things spiritually, especially when I pray, like if I'm putting my hand on my belly a lot when I pray, I know that I better get to praying over something that I'm about to birth. Or if I feel like I need to put my hand on a woman's belly, like in the altar, I know I'm probably not even praying about a baby. I'm probably praying about something that she's about to birth. And a lot of times people will, and I never do it without asking, but people will wonder why, like they'll think they're going to have a baby, or I'm like, I actually think you're about to burst something. And a lot of times they would be in their deepest, darkest moment when that would be the space that I felt like I should lay my hand on. And it's never failed. And I just wanted to tell you today that if you are anxious, if you feel like every shoe's about to fall out of the sky, like the other shoe's gonna drop, like you're anxious about everything, like all of the bad stuff is happening again, like that depression must be here to stay, like you ain't nothing, like ain't nobody around you got your back, like you are completely and entirely alone, I'm gonna tell you what the Lord said to Elijah. He said, there are 7,000 more of you. You're not alone. Do you remember this story? Elijah thought he was completely and entirely by himself. And if the devil can make you think you're by yourself and it'll never get better, he's already got you. Because he can't get you, you have to get you. And if you can believe him and convince yourself that this is just it, you may as well stop. This must be a bad time and this is just the way it is. Guess what? He's winning then. But he only wins when you come into agreement with him. So even when you feel depressed or in anxiety or like you can't do this anymore or like this baby is too big to push, that's the best time for you to keep pushing. Because listen, God didn't even need to factor in the attacks of the enemy because he already knew they were going to come. He knew they were going to come. Every day of your life has already been written down in the Lamb's Book of Life. You know this. It's straight out of the Bible. Every day. He knows every day. And he factored in everything that you didn't think was going to happen. He factored in every depression, every anxiety. He factored in every chaotic situation. He factored in all the stuff that you think that's fallen through. He factored out the pruning. He factored everything in to this space that you are now. And he still knew that you could do it. And if the Lord knows that you can do it, then it don't matter what you think. Because if the Ancient of Days thinks that you can do it, your opinion does not matter. And that's the one time I can say that and not hurt your feelings. How you feel does not change the Word of God. Your circumstances do not change the Word of God. The Word of God changes your circumstances, and that's where you are right now. So keep pushing, keep going. This depression is not going to last. Give it into September. Give it into the middle of September and watch a new wind come in. Watch a difference come in. Watch Thanksgiving come in. Watch a gratitude come in. And every day count your blessings, even if it's something as silly as, God, I'm so thankful for this leopard hair tie because it got the sweat out of my face. No matter what you have to do, you are not going to let the devil prevent you from pushing out this spiritual baby at the right, perfect time. Because God said what? I, the Lord, will make it happen at the right time. And maybe that time is now. Maybe you were born for such a time as this. And maybe that baby, that spiritual project, whatever it is, or maybe it's being birthed in the whole kingdom, because I feel like it's corporate. Then if it's birthed into the world at the right, perfect time, that thing that God is doing in his people, then there's not a single thing in hell that can stop it. Death couldn't stop God. So don't you dare think that this can. I love you. I know that was a little bit rough, but not as rough as me in labor with my second child. Have a good day. If you ever need to talk about the things that you're going through right now, whether you're feeling down or anxious or you're just going through it, I'd love to see you in my office. You can always Google me at Brookekeithministries and find my schedule. I'd love to see you. And if I don't see you there, I'll always see you here. All right, you good? Great. I'll see you later.